Hello, everyone. Welcome to our weekly podcast. Today we have a young politician from Kosovo this time, Arjant Topanica. Hello, Mr.
Hello,
Topanica.
hello, Mr. Gioni. How are you? How
Mr.
you do?
Thank you. I'm very good. Mr. Topanica, thank you for coming to my podcast, and you are now podcasted. I would like
Thank.
to ask you, how did you get involved into politics, and what were your steps going to your local achievements?
Thank you from your side being for having me here also. I'm glad to be here and to express all my experiences and my path in politics. Telling you the truth, it was kind of accidentally being on the politic. I was part of village engagement, a village meeting, because I'm part of LDK, and the LDK structures have three levels. The level, village level, the first level of organization, then it's local level of organization, which means cities, municipalities, and the central level or presidency in Pristina. So, firstly, I've been part of my village leadership in Svesda. I come from Svesda, and then I've been elected as president of Young Forum for the Svesda village, which is, as I said, the first step toward the engagement on politics. Then I've been part of the leadership of Young Forum in Podujeva, in municipality of Podujeva. After 7 years of my participants in this forum, there were local election in 2021, which I was proposed from my branch to be MP candidate for local council on Podujeva. After running, I've been elected as a MP for the local government, local assembly in Podujeva in 2021, and now on. I'm. This was my path on politics, my
Okay.
toward
And
years.
do you see a big engagement from the youth in Kosovo into politics?
Uh, Telling you the truth, being young in politics according to age, I see that nowadays it does not have that importance in generally. Especially telling for LDK, now we have a new leadership of Young Forum in Kosovo, which is led by Paris Guri, who is now an MP candidate, and this will tell you the importance that LDK is giving to young leadership. And Paris Guri, as I said, is now MP candidate with highly chances of being elected, and hopefully he will be representing us and the young interest in the parliament of Kosovo.
Okay. Where the coming elections are on the 14th of February, right?
No, 9 February.
9th of February. Okay, my
9
mistake.
February.
And how is the political situation in Kosovo?
Now we're officially in a political campaign in the last year of a political campaign, which was opened in Saturday from every party here. And the situation is now more focused on the elections. There is no development lately in any direction of politics internally or externally, but more being focused on campaign. Political parties now, we see them being more focused on campaign. Also, the parliament has no more role in the situation here. It's waiting to be new parliament established for 1 year, 1 month from now. So there are no such a development right now here. We've seen lately the dialogue with the Serbian part and some acts from the governments which has mostly been on the verge of the campaign and trying to get votes on the last minute, as every government does by raising a bit wages and doing some economically steps and some helps for the people here, but mostly in verge of the election campaign and the uh, elections that we have in 1 month.
Okay, but this is why I would like to ask you, like, in general, Kosovo, how is it doing in the last 5 years or 10 years? Would you compare it as becoming better or is stable situation?
Uh, we've had visa liberalization from 1 January 2024. It was a step forward, but which is not about the government that we have now. It was a deadline. It was that was previously being appointed as a date for the visa liberalization. Economically, we've been doing bad, so to say, because we've seen the inflation all over the Europe and also especially in Kosovo. But the government have done nothing in order to prevent the effect of inflation or to help people. We've not seen any huge development economically or industrially or nothing during the almost 5 year of Vetevendos's government. Unfortunately, they've been focused more in populism acts, so to say, relating with Mitrovica's issue and also the dialogue, but we've not been improved that much. Also in the external affair, foreign affair, we've not gotten recognition yet from the other countries all over the world. We've been sanctioned from EU and USA in some EPA funds and some funds of uh, pre international process of internationalization, which we had in previous year. So it's not quite good, the situation. Hope that the new government that will be elected will, how to say, will raise the pace going forward the global issues and doing better for Kosovo in both internal and external aspects, economically, justice, and also for the process of integration.
I see. And in general, in the neighborhood of the Western Balkans, do you see that Kosovo has gained place, meaning politically and economically? Or do you think that Kosovo is still far away from being a country that can have uh, power in that region? By mean power, I'm not mean dominating every country, but just being present in the Western Balkan life.
This power should be seen from both aspects. For example, we see that every country around Kosovo is trying to get in the EU. And the problem with Kosovo is the dialogue and the report with Serbia. So in this case, you could say that we are important because maybe the EU is waiting for a Balkan region stability in order uh, to take all of them in the EU family. In this aspect, maybe we've seen as important from the others, but our role in the Balkan region is just about that. It's just about the report and the dialogue and with Serbia Kosovo issue, Belgrade Pristina issue, which has not been improved that much during the last year. And about the importance, we see that nowadays economic aspect is the most important aspect that you could influence the world, as you've seen all over the world. Now, if we are relating to economic aspect, it's nonetheless that the political aspect will indicate economic aspect, because we've not have seen foreign direct investment in past years. So which will be a very important step, which we should improve ourselves, attracting foreign direct investment in order to have a development, economic development here, and that they will be very important, and then we will be important for the region. If now we only import goods from abroad, we cannot be important. We cannot have that impact. We cannot have that development that it's needed as the other countries around Kosovo are having. We've seen North Macedonia and Serbia also, who have doing good progress on attracting important foreign investments. And now we've been a step going backward in this situation. Surely it's about as I said, political issues, because when a company is planning to invest somewhere, they have the economic risk firstly. If you add also justice problems, foreign offers problems, political problems, then how you expect for a company to come and invest in your country? So that's why, in my opinion, if we resolve the political problems with Serbia mainly, we could have a very important and very fast growth and improvement in economic aspect, which I think it's the main aspect that we should focus now to improve our country.
I see. I see. And you mentioned the European Union. Do you
Yes.
think that Kosovo has the right connections with the European Union, or do you think it's always a little bit on the edge?
As we've seen lately, you could say that it's on the edge, because we can just being seen from EU when the dialogue is mentioned, for nothing else. And this could see that Kosovo in the last years have not had an important improve, and its path toward the EU has not been that good as it could be. Maybe because of the actions that this government has taken, and as I said before, as I mentioned, that we've been sanctioned from EU and from US. This government have been under the sanctions. So if you see this, you see that you could not be in the center, not in the center, but you could not be important in the issue meeting tables as long as you do not cooperate, you are not in the right way, you are not in the line with what EU is saying and what US is saying and asking from us. We cannot solve all the problems, especially externally. We cannot solve alone. We cannot solve by ourselves, because you see, if two parts have a conflict, that should be a third part that which will be how to say, managing the problem solving. And we need EU and US to solve the problem with Serbia, so we should be in the line with them, and to be coordinated with them to solve this problem, in order to have an important part, to be an important participant of EU, and then also to improve our country internally in
Okay.
all aspects, economically, justicely.
And because you also mentioned United States, and that was my next question. Like now in January, Donald Trump is taking the presidency in the United States, and a combination of Donald Trump and the new European Parliament and Commission. If again in the coming election Albin Kurti wins, do you think that these two, let's say, two forces are going to work together, or do you think that there's going to be a bigger conflict between them? And when saying two forces, I mean the European Union, the United States,
Yeah,
and on the opposite side, Kosovo.
yeah, I understand you. Hopefully, as we see the situation here in Kosovo, that Vendosia cannot win the election alone as it did in the past. So let's see firstly the government that will be elected, that will be created after the elections. But if it goes this way as it has gone for past years, I'm not very hopeful for the our next steps, our future toward EU integrations. Because as I said, you should be in the line, you should take advices from them, you should be rely on them in order to achieve this final how to say understanding and final result for this dialogue and this report. According to U.S. presidency, I see Donald Trump as a president, as a administration that trying to solve problems businessly in the business mind. As we know, Donald Trump, he has no time to lose. As you have seen, he has more committed on resolving things and problems. According to this, I think that whatever the new government, Kosovo's government will be with Donald Trump, we should have uh, a new pace of achieving the results, especially in the Serbia dialogues. And for the EU new parliament, I do not have an opinion on that. I think that EU politics are almost the same. Whatever that will happen with its presidency or new parliament MPs, it will have such a same role as it has right now. So in this case, we should be that one who insists and being persistent and being in the line, being with EU and US in order to force the final agreement to be achieved. Always according to Serbia issue, because in external terms, I think that is the most problematic issue nowadays for our road and our future toward EU integration.
Well, I hope that with the new government, things will get better, and the relationship with the European Union and the United States will also get more friendly than it is right now, from what I hear from you.
I hope.
And yeah, well, I'm glad to see people like you and maybe other young people that they are getting engaged. And I like that you speak passionate about your country and the politics, how it should be. And I really wish you all the best with the coming elections.
Thank you very
And here I would like to thank you for coming to my podcast.
Thank you very much, Eugen. I thank you for giving me the chance to be here and to talk to you, to present to your podcast my opinion on the young situation here, the government situation, also for the internal and external situation in Kosovo.
Well, it's
Hope.
always a pleasure to have stories.
Thank you very much. Hope that this was helpful for you.
Well,
And
for me, it was very helpful, and I'm trying to get the message around Europe So I really hope that this gets where it has to go. This message reaches its destination to the hearts and minds of people to see what is going on in Kosovo and what should be better for the Western Balkan region. So I would really like to thank you for your time.
I hope
And
I hope so, and thank you very much, and all the best for you, your career, and your podcast also.
thank you very much. Thank you very much.
See you.
Thank you very much, everyone. This was our podcast. Follow us on our social media and see you next time. Goodbye.